We're going to cover 6 ways to improve your experience. This is in the home buying. You're going to start with an end in mind. What I mean by that, we talked about knowing your wants in a previous module, and starting with an end in mind and working backwards from that is even more clarity. You're very clear on where you want to be. You know the neighborhood because you've driven through it. You know your wants and needs that this house is going to have. You know the things that you don't want, the none of this, and the distance to your work and where the kids' school is. You're working this backwards, and in doing that, you have a lot of clarity. You know what the end result's going to be. So start with an end in mind and work backwards from there and have that clarity. Being flexible. We covered this in one of the other ones with being reasonable. Just the flexibility of going through and not splitting hairs, right? When it comes down to negotiating the price of a house, let's say they want $250 and you offer $240, and they come back at $249, and you're like, all they did was drop it $1,000. Forget it. I don't even want that house. You wanted that house bad enough to make an offer on it. Are you sure you don't want that house? They came back at $249. Is the house worth $250? Yeah, it's worth $250. Okay, well, they dropped $1,000. They know the value of the house. If you knew the value of the house, would you drop it down to $240? Now, maybe you expected them to meet you in the middle, right? Everybody does that. Well, they want $10, I'll offer from $5, and hopefully we'll meet in the middle at $750. It doesn't always work that way. So you want to make sure when you're going through this to be flexible and just look at it and go, okay, he came down to $249. Should we try again at $245? I would say, yeah, try again at $245. Unless you're in a multiple offer situation. If you're in a multiple offer situation and you really like that house, you better take that $249. Reason being, if you're not flexible and you really like that house, and you go, all right, forget it, we won't buy it. Every other house you look at is going to be compared to that house. The difference of $9,000, so long as the value's there, you know it's worth $250. So paying $249 is not bad. You got the house for just under what it's worth. It's not the deal of the day. You didn't steal it. But if you love the house, it is a deal, right? When you're looking at that $9,000 over 30 years of payments, it's nothing. It'd be like going and buying a new car. You're going to go buy a new car and not pay extra for air conditioning? Really? Who does that? Do they even offer cars without air conditioning anymore? I don't know. Kind of aged myself there. But point being, for $5 more a month, you get air conditioning. Why wouldn't you want air conditioning? Pay the $5 more a month. So sometimes it's going to come down to that when you're negotiating on the price of the house. Sometimes you may not even want to offer less. If you know it's worth $250 and you're in a market to where they might be getting multiple offers, offer them the $250. You know that's what it's worth. Offer it to them. But being flexible and understanding how the process is working, and you're learning it now, will definitely help improve the experience and allow you to enjoy it more. On that, trust the process. You're not the first one to do this. If you're selling a house and buying another house, that's been done 1,000 times too, right? So, and billions of times. So, in looking at how the process goes and stacking your team and getting the right people around you that you can trust, know that this is the way the process goes. And trust from start to finish, you'll get there. Sometimes there's a detour. Sometimes there's a hurdle. Sometimes there's a pause. Just trust the process. And when you hit a detour, look for guidance from the people you've surrounded yourself with and say, okay, we're on a detour. Who's dealt with this before? How are we going to handle this? What do I do? So trust the process, trust the people that you're with if you stacked your team right, and you'll get through it. Knowing that ahead of time is going to, again, help you be able to relax have a little less stress, and enjoy the home buying experience. That's going to lead us to focusing. And, you know, in one of the other modules I talked about, you have to have the right state of mind when you're going in and you're doing this. And focus is one of the sets that I was talking about. In focusing, you're looking at this like a business decision, okay? It's emotional. I know it's emotional. And part of the thing of having fun and finding the right house is the excitement you get. The goosebumps that you'll get when you walk into the right house and you're like, oh, this is perfect. This is it. I can feel it. I know it. This is the one. And that's emotional. That's great. You can have that. But when it comes time to make an offer, what's that number going to be? When it comes time to have a concession or ask the seller to contribute towards your closing costs, when you're going through and deciding whether or not you're going to do these things and what you're going to offer, you need to focus on that. You need to take the emotions and you need to push the emotions to the side. Emotions can make you pay too much. Emotions can make you make a foolish decision. You want to be excited, but you want to focus when it comes down to taking care of business. So stay focused. Know what your end result's going to be, right? Stay focused on that and get things done. When you look at it that way and you keep the emotions aside, you can definitely enjoy this a lot more. Again, I want you to have the emotions in it. It's fun. It's an exciting time. Just when it comes down to take care of business, you can't have that emotion. You got to focus. Gaining knowledge. You're doing that now. Most people don't. They don't realize how important it is, and they just kind of go through it blindly. If you don't have the right agent, right? Somebody's gone through and they're using their sister-in-law because she's the one that's an agent, and she'd hate you if you didn't. And so they're using the sister-in-law, and the sister-in-law doesn't sell but maybe 6 or 8 houses a year. Maybe she's only bought one of her own houses. So she's not real knowledgeable with what's going on. And you know nothing. You've got this person that's not real knowledgeable leading you. Probably not the best choice, not when you're spending this much money and when something's this important. So going through the process and gaining the knowledge is going to allow you to understand this is how the process works. I understand how the lending works. I understand how the buying works, the contracts, the loan programs, negotiations, counteroffers. I know all this. I learned it. And in doing that, you're better off, right? Knowledge is power. So gain that knowledge. What you're doing here, continue to go through the modules. If you have to watch them again and again, go for it. I've made these modules short so that you could concentrate on one episode of it and maybe make a note. I'm going to go back and watch this one after I watch a few more that has some good information on it. I'm making them short so you can do that, and it's easier on your own time. Make sure, go through all the modules, get this knowledge, and have someone to guide you. That's what we're talking about, having someone to guide you. That's what I'm here for. That's what these modules are all about, giving you knowledge, guiding you along the way, and helping you understand that there's people out there that will help you through the process. And in having that, somebody to fall back on, somebody to ask questions to, somebody that you know you can trust, it's going to really make that experience that much better with you. So make sure that you stack your team and you have a coach to guide you. It doesn't have to be somebody that's necessarily making any money on you. It's got to be somebody that has your best interest at heart. And I'm here. I really am here to help the clients get through it. And you may have a dear friend that's gone through it. Maybe you know somebody that's a real estate investor that goes through and flips houses and has all this knowledge on buying and selling, and they're willing to take you by the hand and put you through it. Then go for it. If that's somebody that you know you can trust. When I first started, I bought my first house. I actually had an air conditioning business, and I did work for a real estate investor. I did all the air conditioning work on all the houses that he bought, fixed up, and sold, and many of them he kept and kept them as rentals. And he asked me one day, why don't you want a house? And I told him, well, I'm in business for myself. It just makes it too hard to jump through all these hoops and get a loan for it. He said, have you talked to anybody? Have you asked any questions? I said, I don't know who to talk to. This man, he took me by the hand and he guided me right through it. And that's why I'm doing what I do. I'm passing that on and paying that forward. He walked me through the process. In 2 months, I owned a home. So I would have kept going and not buying a house, but because he took the time to help me, and I know I could trust him, I watched what he had done, it made the process so much easier. And seriously, 2 months, I owned a home. So very thankful for him to that, so much so that I feel good paying it forward. I owe it to people to do that. So there you are, 6 ways to improve your experience. I hope this helped. We'll see you in the next module.